All right, let's dive in. Ready to go microscopic today.
That's fun.
We're talking cellular health. Why it matters, not just to, live longer, but to really thrive.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking excerpts from The Importance of Sustainable Optimal Cellular Function
Okay.
by Coach Richard Cameron.
Okay.
And he's all about achieving optimal cellular health through comprehensive nutrition. And he kind of paints a pretty serious picture of where we stand when it comes to our health.
Yeah, I mean, he starts right out the gate
Yeah.
with this stat. 75% of young adults in the U.S. are ineligible for military service because of health issues.
Wow, 75%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a pretty strong wake-up call, I think.
Yeah.
That maybe something's not quite right with how we're approaching health.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what's going on.
Right.
Like, are we just not taking care of ourselves?
Cameron argues that, obviously medication has its place,
Sure.
but we rely on it too much to mask symptoms without addressing the root cause.
Right, just putting a Band-Aid on the problem.
Exactly.
Not actually fixing it.
And he points to suboptimal cellular health
Makes sense.
as a major factor.
So it's like worrying.
It's like trying to run a high-performance car on low-grade fuel.
Yeah,
You might get some initial speed, but the engine's eventually going to,
it's going to break down.
sputter out.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Cameron uses elite athletes
Okay.
to illustrate what is possible when you prioritize cellular health. These are people pushing their bodies to the limit, and they
Yeah.
understand that their performance
Right.
hinges on the well-being of their cells.
Yeah, they have to pay attention to that stuff.
And the benefits go way beyond what you might expect.
Oh, really?
Like, it's not just increased energy or stamina.
Okay.
He talked about how optimal cellular function can lead to quicker recovery from workouts.
Interesting.
So when your cells are getting the nutrients they need and they're working right, they're better able to repair the muscle tissue damage and clear out that metabolic byproduct buildup.
So it's all about efficiency,
Exactly.
making sure everything's running smoothly.
And it's crazy to think about how these microscopic processes have such an impact on our overall well-being.
It's amazing.
And it's not just physical recovery either.
Oh, so there's more.
Yeah. Cameron also highlights the connection between cellular health and reduced risk of injury.
Okay.
Cells play a role in keeping our tissues strong,
That makes sense.
from our muscles and tendons to our bones and ligaments.
So it's like a support system.
And when they're working right, they're able to withstand more stress and strain.
Interesting.
So we're more resilient to injury.
Okay, so it's not just about bouncing back faster. It's about preventing those injuries in the first place.
Right, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
He even suggests that optimal cellular function can boost our resilience to illness.
Wow. So it's like a domino effect.
Right.
One thing leads to another.
Yeah, think of your immune system as like a network of cells patrolling and eliminating threats.
Okay.
When those cells are well-nourished,
Yeah.
functioning at their peak, they can identify and neutralize pathogens much better.
Makes sense.
Makes us less likely to get sick.
Wow. So we're talking like a supercharged defense system here.
Yeah.
Working all the time to keep us healthy.
This is where it gets really interesting. He connects optimal cellular function to enhanced strength-to-weight ratio. Now, I'm not all about looking buff,
Sure.
but I am curious what this actually means on a day-to-day level.
Yeah, good question.
It's not just aesthetics.
Okay.
A healthy strength-to-weight ratio means your body's working efficiently,
Right.
making the most of the energy it has.
So it's about maximizing what we've got,
Exactly.
not necessarily about getting bigger.
And this can mean feeling more agile, having more stamina,
I like that.
just moving through the world more easily.
Yeah, who wouldn't want that?
Exactly. And speaking of feeling sharper mentally,
Okay.
this is where Cameron ties in, mental acuity focus to cellular health.
Our brains are pretty complex, right?
Our brains are incredibly complex organs, billions of neurons.
Yeah.
They rely on constant supply of nutrients and oxygen to function.
So it's all connected.
When our cells thrive, our brains thrive,
Makes sense.
leading to better cognitive function, memory, concentration.
It's like giving your brain the premium fuel it needs to run at its best.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This is all amazing, but it's probably only attainable for elite athletes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, they have all the resources, the time, the dedication.
But Cameron actually says
Yeah.
these benefits aren't limited to the pros.
Really?
Anyone who wants to feel their best, physically and mentally, can tap into the power of cellular health.
That's encouraging.
So the question
Well,
is,
how do we do it?
how do we do that? What even is optimal cellular nutrition?
Right. It sounds complicated.
That's where comprehensive nutrition comes in.
Oh, okay.
And that's what we'll be talking about next.
I'm intrigued.
It's not just what you eat,
Ah.
but also about making sure your body can actually absorb and use those nutrients.
So it's like a two-part system.
Exactly. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty of how to make this cellular health thing work for us.
Alrighty.
Stay tuned. So we're back and ready to unpack this whole comprehensive nutrition thing.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that.
What does that even mean for, the average person just trying to, be healthier?
It's about looking at the bigger picture, I think.
Okay.
Realizing that our bodies, they're complex, need a balance of nutrients to really work their best.
So it's not just about, what we're eating, but how well our body can actually use that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Coach Cameron uses the term bioavailability, which is how much of a nutrient can actually be absorbed and used by the body.
Okay.
You could eat all the right things, but if your body's not absorbing it, it's not doing you much good.
Right. It's like
having a leaky faucet.
Yeah.
You can pour all the water in you want, but if it's not going where it needs to, you've got a problem.
That's a great analogy. So things like digestion, gut health, even how the food's prepared can affect that.
Oh, interesting.
Like some cooking methods can actually destroy nutrients.
Oh, wow.
So steaming veggies might be better than boiling them.
Yeah, because you're not losing those nutrients to the water.
Exactly.
That's a good tip.
And that's where I think this idea of comprehensive nutrition comes in.
Okay.
Cameron suggests that it might require going beyond just food and thinking about targeted supplementation.
Right, to fill in those gaps.
Yeah, to fill in any gaps.
So that's where USANA comes in.
Yeah, that's where his affiliation with them comes in.
He seems to think their products can play a role.
He believes they can play a role
in this approach.
He highlights how USANA focuses on products with high bioavailability.
Okay.
Making sure the nutrients are actually absorbed.
So it's not just about taking a bunch of pills, it's about making sure those pills are actually doing something.
And if we think back to those benefits, faster recovery, reduced risk of injury, mental focus.
Yeah, those are pretty impressive.
It does make you think.
It does.
About, if there's something there for all of us, not just the athletes.
But it's important to remember that everyone's different.
Of course.
What works for one person
yeah,
might not work for another.
You always have to talk to your doctor, right?
Absolutely.
So we're not saying just, go out and start popping pills.
Definitely gotta
thinking you're going to be Superman tomorrow.
It should be a targeted approach.
Okay.
Not a blanket solution.
So back to this idea of a lifestyle that supports cellular health.
Right, because it's more than just supplements.
We've talked about nutrition, supplementation. What about sleep, stress management, exercise?
Yeah, all those things play a role.
How do those fit into this whole thing?
Well, chronic stress, for example, can be really bad for our cells.
Oh, wow, so?
When we're stressed out, our bodies prioritize survival over things like repair. Okay. So all those stress hormones, they're basically diverting resources away from keeping our cells healthy.
Interesting.
And over time, that can lead to problems.
So finding healthy ways to manage stress.
Yeah, like meditation, yoga, being in nature.
Whatever works for you.
Exactly. It's all about giving your cells a break from those stress hormones.
Makes sense. And what about sleep?
Oh, sleep is crucial.
I know we need it, but how does it actually help our cells?
That's when our bodies go into repair mode.
Okay.
It's like hitting the reset button for our cells.
Interesting.
They can clear out waste, repair damage, and recharge.
So if you're not sleeping enough?
You're basically making your cells work overtime without a break.
Yeah, and they're going to burn out eventually.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see my cells as these little workers.
I know, it's kind of wild.
Just tirelessly keeping everything going. And if I want them to do their best, I got to take care of them.
Exactly.
And exercise is part of that.
It is, yeah. When we move, we increase blood flow, oxygen delivery to our cells.
Okay.
Helps them work better.
So it's not just about building muscle.
Right. It's about keeping those cells happy and healthy.
It's like a workout for our cells.
Yeah, exactly.
Giving them what they need to thrive.
And different types of exercise can benefit our cells in different ways.
Like how so?
Strength training helps build muscle.
Okay.
Which is important for cellular health.
And even just walking can help.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Improved circulation delivers nutrients.
So it's about finding what you enjoy.
Yeah, and making it a regular part of your life.
This has been so eye-opening.
I know. It's amazing how much we're learning about our bodies.
I'm seeing my body in a whole new way.
Me too.
Like this incredible network of trillions of little powerhouses.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
And we need to take care of them.
And the good news is, Even small changes can make a big difference.
So we don't have to be perfect.
No, it's about progress, not perfection.
So we've talked about nutrition, supplementation, stress management, exercise, sleep.
Yeah, it's all connected.
But there's still one piece missing.
What's that?
USANA Health Sciences.
Right, we haven't really dug into that yet.
And their role in all of this.
So in the last part,
Oh, yeah.
let's explore that a little more.
Let's dive into the world of USANA.
See how their products and their philosophy align with all this stuff we've been talking about.
Sounds good to me. Stick with us as we wrap up our deep dive into cellular health. All right, so we've talked a lot about optimal cellular function and how to support it.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
Now it's time to talk about USANA Health Sciences.
Right, the elephant in the room.
Yeah, exactly. Coach Cameron's affiliation with them.
See what they bring to the table.
Cameron is really passionate about their products.
He is.
He emphasizes their commitment to scientific research.
That's important.
Especially in the world of supplements.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that's not backed by science.
Exactly. So it's good to see a company that prioritizes that.
Definitely.
He also points out that lots of Olympic and professional athletes use USANA.
Oh, wow, really?
To support their performance and recovery.
That's pretty impressive.
If it's good enough for them.
Yeah, you gotta wonder.
Right. Makes you think.
Makes you think.
But what I found really interesting was this intelligence technology.
Oh, yeah, he mentioned that.
He describes it as a, revolutionary approach to cellular nutrition, saying these products can actually communicate with our cells, enhance their natural ability to protect and repair themselves.
Now, that's a bold claim.
It is.
It really gets to the core of what we've been talking about.
Right, supporting our cells at the most basic level.
Like giving them the tools they need to function optimally.
But can a pill really talk to our cells?
Well, the science of cellular communication is really complex.
Yeah, it's always evolving.
And while we know that some nutrients can influence cellular pathways, this idea of directly talking to cells, it's still being researched.
So it's exciting, but we should be cautious.
Yeah, always good to be a little skeptical.
Do your own research. Talk to your doctor.
Absolutely.
Make informed decisions.
It's your health.
This whole deep dive has been eye-opening for me.
Me too.
It's amazing how interconnected everything is in our bodies.
Yeah, it's not just about one thing. It's about the whole picture.
It's not just about diet or sleep. It's about understanding how everything we do impacts our cells.
And that's empowering, right?
It is, yeah.
Knowing that we have some control over our health.
By making choices that support our cells.
We can create an environment where our bodies can thrive.
So as we wrap up, what's the one thing you want our listeners to remember?
I think it's that our cells are constantly working to keep us alive. And if we understand their needs and make choices that support their health, we can achieve a level of well-being that many of us never thought possible.
It's a good reminder that health isn't just the absence of disease.
Exactly.
It's about being truly well, starting with our cells.
And whether you explore USANA or focus on lifestyle changes, the journey to optimal cellular health is personal.
Yeah, there's no one right answer.
What matters is that we're having this conversation.
Asking questions, learning more.
And making informed decisions about our health.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power.
And the more we know about our bodies, the better we can take care of ourselves.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of optimal cellular function.
It's been a pleasure.
Keep those cells thriving, everyone.